Hi everybody, something happened last night that was so amazing, I just have to share it with you. Many of you know I started an online support group on Facebook for homeless people. Well, a woman who is brand new to homelessness, suffering from severe health issues, living in her car, scared, reached out on the Facebook group. Often the best that we can do is just encourage people. I mean, the fact is, homeless services is broken. It's a myth that you think a homeless person just goes and speaks to some agency and they get help right away. That's rarely the case. Often they just get in this loop of bureaucracy and keep hitting the wall. It's not that homeless services means bad, it's just the way that it is. We do not make it easy for people to get out of homelessness. So when somebody reaches out, what I usually try to do is encourage them just to keep calling and calling. You know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease type thing. They just got to, because they're going to get on a waiting list or we can't help or whatever. You just got to keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. You're going to hear no, 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 no. You got to keep on, keep on, keep on. It's up to you, and just try to stay positive. It's hard, but that's the only way you're going to get help. I'm just being real here. Homeless services is broken. So anyways, this woman happened to live in a city where I know people, and I reached out on social media, and oh my gosh, here's where the miracle happened. So a street doctor, oh my gosh, God bless her, reached out to me. She's part of my network, part of the Street Medicine Institute. Amazing people. You might have seen the short little video I did on the Street Medicine Detroit, very similar. Dr. Jim Withers, wonderful man doing house calls in Pittsburgh, started the Street Medicine Institute. Anyways, the street doctor reached out to me and gave me her phone number. So I messaged the homeless woman who is just terrified of being homeless. She doesn't know where to park. She's sharing that she's thinking about going to the forest. It's probably not a good idea. But anyways, the doctor gave me her phone number to pass on to the homeless woman. And the homeless woman called the doctor. Turns out that the homeless woman happened to be parked about a block away from where the doctor lives. So the doctor messages me and says, and I quote, "This is a God thing. I'm only a block away. I'm going to go walk and see her now." It was just so amazing. Then, you know, I'm wondering what's going on. The doctor's sending me some updates. Then the doctor sends me a photo of both of them sitting in the front seat. Look like smiles, but teary-eyed smiles. It looks like, you know, there'd been some tears. Anyways, I wish it always worked out that way. I mean, basically, here's a woman that I've never met before, terrified, suffering of health issues, new to living in her car. I reach out on Facebook for anybody out there, and a doctor responds who happens to be only a block away and was able to walk to this woman and provide initial medical support, at least an assessment, and probably more importantly, calm her fears. It was truly a miracle. Just really a miracle. Nonprofits, for whatever reason, don't really believe, or they don't want to believe, that homeless people use social media. Well, they do, just like everybody else. And virtual case management is what I've been calling it for almost 9 years, because I do it almost every day. Helps so many ways. It would actually, because of prevention and being a little bit proactive, you'd be able to address some issues before they got worse. It would save money. The other issue is because you'd be dealing with people over the internet, there wouldn't be this waiting room bureaucracy madness. Homeless person has to, travel to you and then sit in the lobby for hours and hours. And the intake process probably could be automated. Now, the pushback I get there is, well, what about privacy issues? Well, my doctor, I do everything online. When I go on Southwest Airlines or Delta or any airlines, I go online and then show my ID, when I'm actually getting on the plane. But prior to that, I fill out the forms. Virtual case management will save lives and save money. I think, probably one of the issues is it's not 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And most homeless services are 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Sadly, most crises really probably happen after 5 o'clock or probably after dark when homeless services aren't around. I probably about 6 months ago wrote a post about who are we going to call. And I researched, and I'm sure there's more than just this one, but the only city I could find that had a 24/7 response where the people actually went out in a relatively short amount of time. There's some that have a 24-hour number you can call, leave a message, and then the next business day or so, they'll send somebody out. But the only one that had an emergency response that actually responded kind of in an emergency fashion was Philadelphia. And again, I'm sure there's other cities. In my research, I was only able to find one. That's a serious crisis. We need to be able to call if we see a homeless person that is in some kind of need, and homeless people need someone to call. I know it's funding. There's not enough funding. There's not enough funding. Well, you know what? I'm doing virtual case management. I do it every day, almost every day, and I don't have any funding. And I'm going to continue to do it with or without funding. Sorry about the rant there. I guess I went on a little bit of a rant, but I have a lot of passion, and I really believe, the internet has become so amazing and so much a part of our lives and how we make lives, everybody's life easier. However, when it comes to homeless services, we're still in the dark ages. It was truly, truly a miracle that this woman who I'd never met connected with a doctor who I've never met in person, and they just happened to be within walking distance. It was a miracle.